Hey everyone, this is Jareva here with BeFor Collective. My pronouns are she and her, and I'd like to welcome you today to our Twisty Vinyasa flow. So today we're going to do about a 30 to 40-minute Vinyasa flow that's going to involve a lot of twists and turns, but I'm really excited about it and I look forward to you joining me on the mat for today's practice. So let's get started. On our seat, so we'll come down on the mat. Bring your back down to the mat in a constructive rest pose. So your feet will be planted solidly on the mat. You can bring your arms out to your side, or you can rest them one on your heart and one on your stomach. Let's just take this moment to be still and be present right here, right now on our mat. Focusing on our breath and not allowing the inhale and the exhale to guide us. Slowing down the breath, filling up from the bottom of our belly, through our sides, up through our chest with an inhale, holding it at the top and letting go with the exhale. Doing that again, filling up from the bottom of our belly, up through our sides, through our chest, holding at the top and releasing with the exhale. Let the breath guide you. Let it bring you back to center whenever you begin to waver. So let's come back together here on the mat and move into our practice. So I invite you to bring your knees into your chest, to give yourself a big hug in gratitude to start this practice. From here, you release your arms out to the side in the T. Bring your knees up so your knees are and your legs are at a 90-degree angle. And you will drop your legs over to the right-hand side for a supine twist. If it's comfortable, bring your gaze over to the left. Come back up through center and drop your knees over to the left, bringing your gaze over to the right. Come back through center and give yourself again a nice big hug. This time, rocking on your spine. And you'll gather some momentum to bring you up to a seat and roll over into your tabletop. So from here, you're in your tabletop. Your shoulders are directly over your wrists. Your hips are directly over your knees. Your back is flat, and your spine, including your neck, are long. From here, we will move into our cat-cows. So with an inhale, drop your belly down to the mat, bring your gaze and your tailbone up for a cow. With an exhale, lift the back of your heart up to the sky, tucking your tailbone and chin for a cat. Inhale, dropping your chest down to the mat, gaze and tailbone up for cow. Exhale, tucking in your tailbone and chin, bringing the back of your heart to the sky for cat. Do this 2 more times at your own breath and at your own pace. When you're complete, come back to your neutral tabletop. From here, we will inhale our right arm up to the sky and exhale, threading it through. Bring our right chin and our right shoulder down to the mat. Remember to breathe. Bring yourself up. Inhale your arm back up to the sky. And with the exhale, return your right hand down to the mat. From here, we will inhale our left arm up to the sky and exhale it, threading it through, bringing our left cheek and our shoulder to the mat. Inhale your left arm back up to the sky and exhale it down to the mat. From here in your neutral tabletop, you will tuck your back toes and you will lift your knees 1 inch off of the mat into a beast. You will all hold here for 2 breaths. And we will push back into our downward facing dog. Really settle into your downward facing dog. This is the first one of our practice. So do what you need to do to feel solid and secure in this first downward facing dog. That may be pedaling out your feet, really bending into your knees. Whatever you need to do to feel comfortable, do that now. Once you are settled, your tailbone should be high to the sky. Your palms, your hands should be firmly rooted into the mat. Your torso should be moving back to your thighs. Your gaze will be in between your feet to the back of the mat. And your shoulders will be broadened so they move away from your ears. From here, begin to bring your hands to meet your feet at the back of the mat in a forward fold. And grab opposite elbows, bend deeply in your knees so that you can release fully into a ragdoll. Your feet should be out wide, so if you need to make some adjustments, please feel free to do that. With the most important thing in your ragdoll is to fully release and let go. Let your head be heavy. Let your neck be long. Release your shoulders to the mat. If it feels good, you can rock in your ragdoll. When you're ready, come back to some stillness. Release your hands to the mat. Heel toe your feet back together, about 2 inches apart if they're out wide. And bring yourself up into a halfway lift, which is a number 7 with your body. Your back is flat. Your hands fall somewhere on the mat. Your ankles, your shin, your thighs. Your neck is long. Your gaze is out about 3 feet. And your shoulders are moved away from your ears. Release back into your forward fold, bringing your chest as close to your thighs as possible, bending in the knees as much as you need to. And your hands will fall where they may, be it the mat, your legs, your shins, your thighs, wherever is comfortable, or they may just hang. Your forward fold, you're going to circle sweep your arms up, making sure you're bending in the knees to rise up into your high mountain. Arms lifted to the sky, gaze up to the sky, shoulders dropped away from your ears. From here, we will rotate over to the right, bringing our right arm back, our left arm forward for a twist. Make sure that your hips remain square to the top of the mat and your shoulders are released away from your ears. Inhale, back up into a high mountain, and exhale, twisting over to the left. Dropping your left arm to the back, bringing your right arm to the front, squaring your hips to the front of the mat. Inhale, back up into high mountain. Then with the exhale, circle sweep your arms with a flat back down into a forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift, making that number 7 with your body. Exhale to a forward fold. Plant your hands on the mat and begin to walk your hands out until you're at a high plank or a top of a push-up. Your hips should be in alignment with the rest of your body, not dip down too low or raise too high. From here, you will come forward onto your tippy toes and release all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Make sure that your hands are directly under your shoulders. Press into the tops of your feet, lifting your knees off the mat. Engage your torso and lift your chest up off the mat, bringing your gaze out into baby cobra. Release back down to the mat, tucking your toes. Inhale up into your high plank, and exhale back into your downward facing dog. Return to that breath. From here, you will walk your feet up to meet your hands at the top of the mat in the forward fold. From here, heel toe your feet out a little bit, maybe about 3 inches apart. And then place your hands with the palms touching the back of your feet. Slide them underneath your feet for gorilla pose. From here, we will inhale up to a flat back, And we will exhale, folding down so that our torso comes close to our thighs, bending in our knees. Your elbows can be out to the sides. Again, really release in your neck and your shoulders so that your head is heavy and your neck is long. Begin to straighten those legs. Release your right hand from underneath your right foot. Release your left hand from underneath your left. And kind of bring your feet back into where they need to be for your forward fold. Halfway lift, number 7 with your body. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up into your high mountain. And exhale into a twist to the right. Begin making sure that your hips are squared to the front of the mat. Inhale, up into your high mountain. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, up into high mountain. Exhale, circle sweeping your arms down into a forward fold. Inhale, up to halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold. Plant your hands into the mat. Step back into your high plank. Roll over to your tiptoes and drop all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Engage the tops of your feet, lifting your knees off of the mat. Engage your core and lift up into cobra. Chest peeled off of the mat, pushing down to the tops of your feet. Gaze out. Release back down to the mat, tucking your toes. Inhale up into your high plank. Exhale back into your downward facing dog. From here, you will inhale your right leg high for a 3-legged dog. You will shift, coming up to the top of your toe, bringing your knee into your nose. You will come back into your 3-legged dog. And you will shift forward, bringing that foot through into a low runner's lunge. From here, you will plant your left hand down to the mat and lift up into a twist to the right. Bring that right hand back down to the mat. Drop that back knee to the mat. Engage and lift up into a low crescent lunge. From here, remember to drop your shoulders away from your ears, really engaging, bringing those two thighs, trying to bring them together. Bring your hands into heart center and really straighten in your spine and twist over, hooking that left elbow onto that right thigh for a twist. Open your arms up. And from here, you really need to activate in your core. Again, really engaging those thighs like you're pulling them together, and rise up into a twist to the right. From here, come back into center. Bring your hands down to frame that front foot and push back into your half splits. Bend back in that front knee. Lift that back leg up. Stay true in your low runner's lunge. Step that back foot or that front foot to meet the back. Come up to your tippy toes. Drop down into your chaturanga. Inhale up into your upward facing dog. Pushing through the bottom of those feet or tops of the feet to really engage and lift all parts of your lower body off of the mat. And with the exhale, roll over those toes to push back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Bring that knee to nose. Inhale, back into three-legged dog. And step that left leg through into a low runner's lunge. Plant your right hand on the mat and twist open to the left. Bring that left hand down. Drop that back knee and come up into your low crescent lunge. Bring your hands to heart center. Get tall in the spine and twist over to your left. Hooking that right elbow over that left leg. Open up. And from here, you really want to engage again in your core, bringing those thighs together to lift up into a twist on the left. Come back into center. Drop your hands to the mat and push back into your half splits. Making sure that your front foot is flexed, toes coming back towards you, and keeping a micro bend in that extended leg. Come back into a bend in that front leg. Push up into a low runner's lunge. Bring the front foot to meet the back in a high plank. Roll forward, drop down to your chaturanga. Inhale up into your upward facing dog. And exhale back into your down dog. From here, inhale that right leg up to the sky in a three-legged dog. Bring that right knee to meet your nose. Inhale back up to a three-legged dog. And exhale, stepping that right foot through into a low runner's lunge. You may, of course, need to help it out to get there. From here, you're going to inhale up into high crescent lunge. Remembering to drop your shoulders away from your ears. Come high onto that back tippy toe. Really kind to try to bring those thighs in, engaging them, and bend in that front leg. From here, we're going to twist open to the right. We will revolve our warrior. Come back into our twist. Come up into a high crescent. Step that front foot forward for chair. So remain dropped in your chair pose. So in chair, your hands are lifted. You're sitting down like you're in a chair. Your core is engaged. You can see the tops of your toes. You're sitting back on your heels. Bring your hands into heart center. And from here, lean forward and twist over to the right. Come back into center, still in your chair. And from here, we're going to lift up into a three-legged mountain pose. So you will begin to push up through your right foot, bringing your left up into three-legged mountain pose. From here, we will send that lifted foot back into warrior three. Embrace the wobbles. If you fall, just get right back into it. In your warrior three, that leg is long, is lifted to the back of the room. That foot is flexed like you're standing on that back wall. From here, drop your hands down to the mat into your half split. So that that back leg is raised. Again, that back foot is flexed. Your hips are square, you're not rotated. And you're bringing your head as close as possible to that front leg. From here, drop down into your low runner's lunge. Shoot that front foot back to meet that back leg in a high plank. Roll over to the tiptoes. Drop down to your chaturanga. Inhale up into your upward facing dog. Tuck in your toes or roll over them to exhale into your downward facing dog. Inhale that left leg up to the sky for a three-legged dog. Bring that knee into your nose. Inhale back up to your three-legged dog. And this time step that left foot forward into a low runner's lunge. Inhale yourself up into high crescent. Twist open to your left. Revolve your warrior. Come back into your twist. Open back up into center. From here, step that back foot forward into your chair pose. Again, making sure that your knees are not over those toes. You're firmly sitting in your heels. Bring your hands down to heart center. Lean forward and twist open to the left. Come back into heart center. Begin to push down into that left foot, lifting yourself up into high mountain pose, three-legged mountain pose. Begin to send that Lifted leg back into your warrior three. Bring your hands down to the mat for half splits or standing splits. Drop that back foot down to the mat for a low runner's lunge. Bring the front foot back to meet the back when in a high plank. Shift forward, drop into your chaturanga. Come up into your upward facing dog and exhale back into your downward facing dog. From here, you drop your knees onto the mat. Bring your knees or your legs to the side and come to your seat. And I'm a sweater, so I'm going to towel off. Great time to take a sip of water if you have it handy. And from here, we're going to move into boat pose. So you can stay here with your toes on the mat, or you can come into half boat with me, lifting your toes off of the mat, engaging your core, and bringing yourself into half boat. From here, we'll drop our toes back down to the mat, providing ourselves some relief before we engage our core again and lift back up into half boat. Bring your feet back down to the mat, come up, give yourself a big hug, and from here, come out into a nice straddle legs far apart. From here, you're going to inhale your arms up and bring them down, releasing down with the exhale to the mat for a good stretch. Come back to your breath and really let that breath help you in this stretch, allowing it to let you release even deeper into this forward fold. Come back up into center and bring your right foot in so that your right foot is firmly planted on your left thigh. It may be lower down your left leg wherever is comfortable, but it's pulled in so it's touching your left leg. From here, we will inhale our arms up, twist over to the left, and forward fold over that left leg. We will come back up through center, bring our right hand outside of our right thigh, and from here we will lift ourselves up, bending in our back, bringing our gaze to the back sky into a stargazer. Release back down to the mat And we'll do the same on the other side. So again, bring your legs out wide and bring that right foot in to meet that right leg. Left foot in to meet the right leg. Inhale your arms up to the sky, rotate over to the right, and fold over that right leg. Come back up through center. Bring that left hand right outside your left thigh and lift yourself up into Stargazer. Opening up that chest, bending back, and bringing your gaze to the back, top, sky. Release down to the mat. Bring your legs in. Release them out long. And begin to roll down onto your mat. Bring your arms out for your Shavasana. Your legs should be wide. Your feet should be released so they drop to the sides. Your arms can fall wherever is comfortable. Palms can be lifted up to the sky. Your shoulders are released away from your ears. Your face is relaxed. So your jaw is not clenched. Your brow is freeze, not furrowed. And you're ready to enter into the calm quiet, allowing yourself to integrate this practice into your being so that you're ready when you're ready to bring these experiences into your daily life. So I thank you for allowing me to guide you on this flow, and I'll allow you to enjoy your Shavasana. Have a beautiful day. I will see you